Ready. We want to get this show on the road.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Ready.
You ready? We're on? We're live? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Berlin Planning and Zoning Commission. Today is August 21st, and I'm going to call the meeting to order. It's 7:02, and I'll ask everyone to stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, and I'll make a note that Steve Biello is heading into the building, yeah. No, he's coming in. Okay, so I'll ask you for a roll call then.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Excused. Here.
Present.
Is walking in right now, so he's here as well. All right, and because Scott Hamill is excused for the evening, I guess we'll ask, I've already promised the seat to John, so Steve Biella, you can just,
Understood.
yeah, all righty. All right, so we've gone through the roll call. So the first is going to be the receipt of new applications and scheduling of public hearings as required or necessary. Item A is the site plan amendment application of the Calco Construction and Development Incorporated for the modifications to approved site plan, including parking and drives, stormwater management and associated improvements at 466 Deming Road, 337 Berlin Turnpike, and 51 Worthington Ridge in the BT2 and PI zones. What do we have on this, Maureen?
It's a site plan, so we do just expect to add it to the next agenda if staff comments come back and, if there isn't a lot of back and forth with the agenda. It does not require a public hearing, so it's just an amendment to the approved site plan.
Okay. And this approved site plan, so even though I have 3 different addresses, it's all one.
Yeah, it's that one big parcel at the corner of Deming and the Berlin Turnpike on the southeast side. Where
Okay.
McDonald's will be going.
Okay,
The
all right.
surplus building,
Okay,
industrial surplus, that's what it was called.
all righty.
So it's that DOT had to give you a little bit of an overview, DOT had to move the drive further to the east on
Alrighty.
Deming Road. And they also did some changes to the drainage, is the substantial changes that changes their parking and drives around that end of the site. And it resulted also in some further drainage improvements they decided
Okay,
to move forward with once they started testing the soils.
okay. And everyone set with that? Anyone have any questions on it? I mean, Steve, you can,
So it doesn't.
you
need
can
to be
join in
set,
on
but the next
discussion
meeting
too.
date is September 4th, but that's
Okay.
not a public hearing item, so you don't need to schedule. a
Okay.
public hearing.
September 2nd.
It's actually September 4th.
Oh, okay.
I wrote it on the next one wrong.
Okay.
Okay. All right, do you need
That's
do
why
we
I was
need a
asking.
motion on that? Okay, no motion. Okay, the second one is the text amendment application of DEB Realty to add new subsection to Plan Shopping A permitted site plan uses, 6A2, to include the addition of an event venue as a new use.
It's a text amendment application. So not in any particular place, well, the PSA zones, it's for the PSA zones. And so I did write it is a public hearing, has to be held for a text amendment. And the suggested date is corrected to September 4th rather than September 2nd, which is a Tuesday.
Okay, and that will be, okay,
This is a Thursday.
okay, so that's for the PSA zones. All
I'll
right.
make the motion to schedule for September 4th.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Mr. Rogan and second by Ms. Jorsey. Further discussion on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? So moved. All right, approval of the minutes, August 7th. We had available Ms. Daly, Mr. Zigmont, Ms. Jorsey, myself, Mr. Hamel, Mr. Rogan, Mr. Dyken, and Biella. So we had a full house. And has everyone had a chance to look through the minutes for August 7th? Are there any corrections?
No corrections. I'll make a motion to accept as presented.
Okay, Ms. Jorsey has the first. Who has the second? Second, Ms. Daly. Further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? So moved. All right. Thank you. Millard, Ms. Millard abstains. All right, commission business. Now, we had the site plan application of the Cariotti Family Limited Partnership for construction of a parking lot at 2197 Berlin Turnpike, MBL 21-14-153-13, 2189 Berlin Turnpike, MBL 21-4-153-12, and Zero Stone Drive, MBL 21-4-153-11A. Go ahead.
I'll just correct that the first black lot is 21-4. I think you read 14, but I'm not sure.
Okay, 21-4, okay,
I see a double line on my copy as well, so
all right.
sorry about that.
That just could be my old
I
eyes.
did just wonder if, for the benefit of anyone in the room who might be here for the public hearing item, which is the Fontanella application, to make you aware that they have requested item be postponed to the next meeting, so you just might want to announce it to the public in case anyone's here. I didn't actually turn around, maybe.
Okay, well, I did, our town planner has just announced that there is a text amendment proposed for the Fontanella property on the Chamberlain Highway. And that text amendment proposal will not be heard today. They have asked to be postponed to the next meeting, is that correct? So they're also to September 4. Okay,
When you get there, you can make the motion to continue it, but I just wanted for the
Yeah.
benefit of
okay.
the public.
All right, terrific. All right, thank you. And to circle on back, so we have the site plan application for the Cariotti family. So I assume we have a representative for the Cariottis?
You do?
Okay, great. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. For the record, my name is Dave Whitney. I'm a professional engineer with an office in Avon, Connecticut, representing the Cariotti Family Limited Partnership owners and applicants.
Mhm.
And let me just start by saying, thank you to the commission and the town staff for your patience with this application. It's taken us longer than it should have, as my client reminds me on a daily basis. But we're zeroing in to a resolution of the issues. However, as I just recently submitted new information, town staff hasn't had a fair chance to review it. I'm going to request that this discussion of this application be continued to your next meeting on September 4th, which is within our 65 days, although it's at the very end of that period.
Okay.
It is within the extension, so we need you to acknowledge that you're using the extension time. Isn't it? Isn't it the extension? in the extension
I've written
time?
letters before to request an extension, so I will follow up tonight's meeting with another letter, but tonight I'd like to request that this discussion of this application be continued. But I wanted to come tonight to just go over some of the items because it's crunch time and it's a good thing some of us work better under pressure. And I think it'd be helpful if we can just go over some of the items. And
That's fine.
it's a beautiful summer evening, so I'll try to be brief.
Now, can I just talk to their packets for a second? So in your packets, we got the revised plans that were submitted yesterday. That's why they're at the desks now, but he has the boards that correlate to that, and they have been posted for you to get electronically as well.
Okay. Do you want me to just roll out mine first here?
Sure.
Do you want to share? You guys got
They're
your,
they're in your packet. That you're done.
yeah,
Said 9-4.
where are we? Where's get my actual?
They got, what, 50,
Yeah,
16 days?
just give us a
16
second so
days.
that we,
What, 16 days from, yeah, that's before the 4th, okay.
After the 6th. So
Okay.
your meeting's on the 4th. Yes, I'm sorry, I wasn't following.
No,
your
I was-
question.
Did you turn on the lights?
So in 16 days from now, that date.
Put them on if you want. I thought.
Before it was dark.
Okay, that's fine.
Want them on the lights?
Nah, that's all right. But we're fine.
We're gonna be
I-
done before it's.
We're gonna be done here before it's dark, so we're being fine. We're gonna push ourselves. All right, okay. So, Mr. Whitney,
Thank you.
the floor is yours.
Based on all, we came in a little while back for a zone change. The applicants have owned two existing buildings, 20 and 24 New Park Drive. Each of these are industrial buildings. They also have frontage along the Berlin Turnpike, but access to the building is from New Park Drive. They purchased these three lots a while back, adjacent to 24 New Park Drive. And we came in a little while back and requested a zone change for the lots to the PI zone to match existing buildings. And these three lots will be merged with the building at 24. Okay, so that's what happened a little while back. Now the proposal, as we discussed, at that zone change request public hearing, the intent is to create a new parking lot for the tenants at 24 New Park Drive, which is a company called NPL Construction Company, which was formerly the Northern Pipeline Construction Company. It's a nationwide company that installs underground gas lines and fiber optic lines. Their biggest client is Eversource, and the company is very, very busy right now and has outgrown this facility in terms of the parking lot, because the employees come here and then they get in their trucks and they go out to the various job sites. They like the Berlin location because it's central to Connecticut, but they simply need more parking for the vehicles. So, proposal, again, got the parking lot shown on, this is the site plan sheet 2 that shows a proposed parking lot about 1.5 acres, located to the south of the building. There will be a proposed fence, one way in, one way out, secondary driveway to the parking lot behind building 24. We see. In regard to the drainage, it's 1.5 acres of impervious, new impervious surface. We've gone round and around, trying to design a proper detention basin. Initially, the soils map showed that the soil on the front of this site was well-drained material, and you probably have heard from other applications, a lot of times these infiltration detention basins count on that infiltration into the ground. We went out and did soil testing on the site, and fortunately for us, it's the type of material you make bricks from, but it has basically zero infiltration.
Must be Berlin.
And so I had to redesign the basin, having underneath the bottom of the basin have a sand filter, and then at the bottom of the sand filter have underdrain pipes that would take the water to the outlet structure. And the outlet will be a pipe along the front of the two properties and discharge at this location to the north of building 24. Eventually, the water will find its way into twin 48-inch culverts under the Berlin Turnpike. I think I mentioned before that we've met with the representatives from DOT out there, and I've sent the plans and the calculations to them, but I believe this will be acceptable to them. The town engineer your town engineer has requested that we submit calculations for the 100-year storm, which I have now done. The reason for the underdrains, the sand filter is for the water quality volume to be treated, the runoff from the parking lot, but the reason for the underdrains is to allow this basin to drain dry between storms, because again, zero infiltration into the ground. When we We're at the public hearing for the zone change. Jason neighbor concerned about the parking lot next door to him, rightfully so. He had requested a 6-foot tall fence and a row of arborvitae's. In reviewing your regulations regarding parking lot buffers, several items in the regulations, we're trying to use several of them along the southern property line, adjacent to the existing residential house, which is the BT2 zone, but it's residential use. We're proposing a 3-foot tall berm, an 8-foot tall fence with security with screening in the fence, and then a row of evergreen trees along the outside of the fence. In your regulations, it's shown that it's recommended that you generally like to have 2 staggered rows of evergreen trees for parking lot screening. The applicant feels that with this berm, with the 8-foot tall fence, security screen, privacy screening, and a row of trees, will be an adequate buffer to the neighbors. So that's the proposal right now for the screening. As far as lighting, I know Maureen has requested that we also submit the information regarding the light fixtures, but this was a photometric lighting plan that I received just yesterday from the lighting company. Here's the building, here's the site. There'll be 2 poles with light fixtures to the north towards the building, and 3 building mounted light fixtures. And that information is contained on the lighting plan, and I have sent a request to the lighting company for some information on the exact type of fixtures. I don't do lighting really, but the light levels are shown here, and the foot candles per square foot are all 0 off the property to the south as required. So we will be submitting some more information regarding the lighting plan, but this is a new addition to the application. And the 8-foot tall fence will go completely around the parking lot. There'll be a gate in the front and a gate behind the existing building, and that's for security purposes. The vehicles to be parked in the parking lot on
That's all right. That happens all the time.
does it?
So,
That gives me more room. I had added onto the plan here in red, and again, this is on sheet 2, showing possible parking spaces. One of your requirements for the parking spaces to be marked out. You'll notice we have 70 standard car spaces, and we have 50 spaces that are 10 by 35 feet long. And the reason for that is many of the vehicles for the NPL construction are pickup trucks or vehicles like that with trailers with the spools of gas lines and fiber optics. So we've designed some of these spaces to be 35 feet long, and there's 50 of those. The employees will come to work, park their cars there, get in the trucks. They don't work at the building here. They drive out to job sites and then come back at the end of the day. Over to wetlands. Now, this parking lot is not intended for public use. It is above and beyond the zoning requirements for the building. It's an absolute necessity for this particular tenant. I added some special notes to the plans, and I indicate in special note number 1 that the proposed parking lot is for motor vehicles and construction equipment only. No outdoor storage of manufactured goods or construction materials is proposed. Now, there is a situation that we have not yet resolved, and the existing site, back of this parking lot, the parking lots behind the existing building are tiered and rise up. And in the back parking lot here, there's a number of spools, large spools of the pipe and the fiber, which constitute outdoor storage and is taking up some of the parking spaces. So we need to resolve, the intention is to not store that material in the new parking lot. But it's not believe, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe it's part of the approved site plan for the building. We gotta figure out how we're
That
gonna.
we found so far, looking through old plans.
Always no.
Outdoor storage wasn't permitted. However, we did provide Mr. Whitney with the regulations that were amended a couple of years ago with regard to the criteria if you are proposing outdoor storage. So if if the plan does get modified for outdoor storage in that tiered parking lot, then he'll be analyzing it to comply with those regulations for the commission to determine if the screening is appropriate.
Fencing.
What is basically what the regulations were amended to say. A
Yeah,
little
I
more
will-
elaborate than that, but it's the basics.
I will say that where the material is stored, I have some, does anyone want to see a picture of these spools, or do you sort of imagine what they look like? The location where they're stored is back, it really is outside. But anyway, it's an issue that needs to be resolved.
And can I just add, and if he then discovers in the analysis that required parking is being used up by that storage, as he stated, the parking that he laid out in red on that plan, we would just have to ask that some of that be defined as replacement parking for the use of the buildings. Along the south side of the existing building, those are all standard sized parking spaces that could
Here-
easily be counted as required parking for the use of the property.
I estimate about 20 spaces maybe are being used for the storage of these spools right now. Okay, so we'll figure that out. As I indicated, this is not a public parking lot, but it is intended for the use of the tenants. And let's see. The parking lot will follow the slope of the existing land, which rises up from the front to the location right up here at the back of the building at a grade of about 3%. And so the parking lot will follow that existing grade. So there will not be extensive cuts and fills involved. And you've seen the site, it lays out beautiful in my mind, like a parking lot should be. We will be removing some material to construct the detention basin in the front, but the amount of material is well under the 1,000 cubic yard threshold that would require an earth excavation permit. In the back here, to the rear of the site, is a very steep knoll. You'll see on the plans, labeled area of possible future development. There's no proposal at this point in time, but the applicant is aware that should they want to expand the parking lot further, I think a considerable amount of grading will be required, and maybe at that point, an earth excavation permit would be required. There are some wetlands at the rear of the property that were delineated by James Sipperly, a soil scientist, located by the surveyor. The site has been cleared, but at the request of Maureen and Jim, I went out actually this morning and verified that the clearing has not extended into the 50-foot upland review area. There is a pile of wood chips in the back of the site as a result of the clearing of the site. And that wood chip pile extends maybe 10, 12 feet into the upland review area. It doesn't seem like any trees were disturbed, but I got an email today from Jim Horrible, who requested that the applicant owner remove the wood chips from the upland review area, which is a reasonable request. I do have a note on the plan that, encroachment permit is required from the DOT for the driveway and for the discharge of the stormwater to their system. I think that's about it in a nutshell. I'm sure I've forgotten something, but I'd be happy to answer any questions. And again, we'll be coming back on September 4th with hopefully any issues resolved.
All right, great. Tim, I see
Yeah.
you with your hand up.
Yeah,
so-
well, and I drove out there too to see that wetland issue. And yes, the chips and whatever are in the wetlands. But there is a buffer to those wetlands that can't be touched either. There's a 50-foot buffer to the wetlands, that can't be figured.
That's the
Gotcha.
50-foot upland review area.
Right,
Currently, the part of the wood chip pile extends about 11 to 12 feet into the 50 feet.
okay,
I measured it.
okay,
That's the portion of the wood chip pile that Jim has requested be removed.
Okay, so there's a wood chip pile that is in the wetlands buffer?
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing? Now-
I call it an upland review area. Maybe they
Yes.
call it the Same thing.
different,
Well, just for
different wording.
consistency with the commission, I call it that.
Okay. Yes, and
Yeah.
you can see this picture here. This is the wetland flag number 15. I pulled a tape up to the edge of the wood chip pile, and it's about 38 feet. So the wood chip pile at one point has extended 12 feet into the buffer zone. And that's to be removed.
Has it been extended and spread out in the buffer zone?
No, well, it's a large pile.
It's just a large pile.
Can you have it removed before our next meeting, since you're looking for continuation anyways?
I can certainly ask the applicant to do that. But I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay, thank you. Well, yeah,
I just go,
a follow-up question? As
Well, no,
long as you use your microphone.
not on the wetlands. My microphone's on. My microphone's on.
Okay, I just want to make sure that the folks here in the audience can hear you.
You, wanted to put that 8-foot fence up. First, that's a waiver of our regulations because it would say 6 foot. Second of all, there's a 3-foot berm. So if you're putting that 8 foot on top of a 3-foot, well, that's 12 foot up. Okay, plus you're eliminating trees. And that's always been a problem for us, is eliminating trees. Because we had the trees in there, double row of trees in there per our regulations. And so there's two things: the 8-foot fence, which is actually with the 3-foot thing, is 12 foot up in the air,
11 feet.
or 11 feet. Sorry, I'm
Okay,
adding
that's okay.
wrong.
That's okay.
I'm adding wrong. That's all right. And the trees. The other thing I see, you got the parking lot drawn. There's no islands and island trees and stuff like that in the parking lot, which is part of our regulations.
And we've requested a waiver for that.
Okay, that's another problem. You know, this commission is very, over the years, very stiff on the island, the grass area, islands and trees. We like these kind of projects, look like campus area. Okay, and if you look down on Deming Road, Precision and them, they're all like a campus down there now. And the grass is all mowed and the trees are beautiful and that's the kind of thing we like in our industrial areas right now. So that's not addressed either. The number of parking lot spaces, they have to be addressed. If this parking area is back here, you're adding more parking spaces back here. you know, so the parking drawing is not to our regulations, period. The other thing that I brought up before on you is that you have an entrance off of Berlin Turnpike and an exit off of Berlin Turnpike in one spot. And my feeling, because that's going down a hill there, to Park Drive, up New Park. It's going down a hill, there's a stoplight at the end of the New Park. And, I would like to see if that could be just an entrance off the Berlin Turnpike, because then it wouldn't be a problem coming off the turnpike. And the exit to be this driveway that you have in here already going to Newport, New Park. So it just be a flow of traffic around the buildings instead of going out the same spot on the Berlin Turnpike, having the potential of a crash coming out. Coming in, they're gonna roll in pretty fast. Out, they gotta stop and look, and then they're slow getting out to the highway.
Okay.
Those are the items, my items.
Good.
Can I just respond to that?
Yeah, sure you can.
That's, fortunately, that's not acceptable to the tenant. They don't want these trucks with these trailers winding their way through parking. So it's very important to the
Okay.
tenant and therefore the applicant.
Well,
Have to, so isn't it up to this driveway is acceptable or not?
well, you need a permit or okay by the DOT, yeah. But the design of it is up to us. And then the state can change that design if it's not pitched right going out or whatever, turning radius is not right. But, okay, I just found out something too.
Can I just
Truck.
jump in? These trucks that they have, how big are these trucks?
Really?
Are these huge 18-wheelers? Are these
They are-
tractor?
They are not. I was out there this morning. I took some measurements.
Hate to put you on the spot like this, but we're trying to get a visual here.
Here is the largest, and as you can see, it's a pickup truck with a construction trailer. And it's, that one is, 39 feet long. These are the typical ones where you see it's a pickup truck pulling a trailer with spools of pipe. This one, I'm sorry, this one measured 31 feet. And you can see that I laid my tape next to it to
Yeah.
that dimension. So those are the type of vehicles, not tractor trailers.
So they don't have delivery vehicles with these spools of wire and stuff?
They must, because somehow they get there. And-
Is that gonna be a tractor trailer or?
I don't think that those are daily trips. I mean, these vehicles will be in and out on a daily basis. I imagine the vehicles that bring in the spools have occasional delivery, and they must be using the current entrance. I can find that out, but to answer your question about the trucks, these are what will be in the parking lots.
Okay.
So your parking places for those trucks will be where?
The center of the parking.
Those long parking places in the center. There's long parking, two things of long parking lot, parking spaces here.
Right.
Is one go be designated, one area go be designated for these truck and trailer, or is they could park anywhere in there?
Oh, parking the designated areas.
All those long parking places, could be designated for that. So there's 50
So
39-foot trucks.
Okay.
these photos show GoNet Speed and
Urban.
not National Pipe trucks.
No, it's one of their subsidiaries, I think.
but do you have some pictures, or what are we talking about for the national pipe trucks?
These are the vehicles.
The exact same vehicles?
Yes, I think. I can double check.
Okay. We have to keep these for the record.
Well, I will verify, to make sure those are the vehicles. That's all I've ever seen.
Those are the
Yeah.
trucks we've seen out there.
Yeah.
Go next week. Most of them, I mean, there was I think a couple of different logos on them, but they were, what I would have described as, your basic utility truck with then the trailer that pulls the spools
Okay.
or
Okay.
whatever other
Yeah.
mechanical thing they need to go up a tree or up a pole or something. 'Cause they
Okay.
had, I think, a couple of different type of trailers, but
I am,
mostly they were to hold the spools.
yeah,
If you don't mind, I did make copies of the plan that I think might help you understand that he sent today. And it's marked up with where the wood chip pile is and the wetlands flagged with red. He showed it, but.
Yeah.
it
yeah,
is
please.
That might just help you understand that distance and area. Because
Okay.
I think that was a little, confusing to everyone.
Yeah, and I'm gonna turn to this side over here to see if there's questions that we have. Steve, John, Andra,
I do have a couple.
all right,
Brian,
Brian.
Maureen, correct me if I'm wrong, but, I think, I mean, personally, being that it's a residential, I am in favor of the 8 foot, which I do believe is allowed in the industrial and commercial zones. I think it's only 6 foot for residential.
That is correct.
Yeah,
The commission has the discretion to allow us another.
yeah,
It's not, the height is not prescribed other than for residential.
okay. So with these big trucks and all lighting, I think an 8 foot would be better. What I'd rather see, rather than a chain link with screening, is a solid fence. And then my other question was, I was a little confused as to whether you said you're doing 1 or 2 rows.
One row is proposed at present.
Okay. Um, personally, I would still rather see 2. I mean, I remember when we were doing this text amendment, you did say you, um, on record said you'd give this, commission more discretion when it came to landscaping. So I know that the applicant feels that 1 row is sufficient, in line with the regulations, but you did, give us that. So I would say that I would like to see, I would still like to see the 2 rows and of a mix of trees instead of just one monoculture.
I thought you might say that, so I will take that back to the applicant.
Okay.
You know what I did see today, driving from the site, there's a fire station right down the road from this location. And there's a fence and a parking lot to the right of the fire station, and there are these 2 staggered rows of these trees. I don't know even know what you call them. But they seem pretty dense. They were evergreen trees of some sort, but I kind of liked the look, and it was a staggered row. So I'm gonna maybe suggest we look at that and get back to you.
Our astute commissioner next door to me here,
Miss Dorsey?
Miss Jorsey,
Okay,
and she's the calculator in her head. Uh, The parking places here are 30 feet, 35 foot of parking places, and you got 39 foot
that's true.
trailers that you just said. So they
I-
will stick out of those park places.
I was told that these trucks were 35 feet long, 34 feet actually, and when I
But you
measured
measured-
today, I
you
found
measured
out they're
them.
39.
Yeah,
Okay, so
So we've got one more item to revise.
and we
I
have
don't know
to
how many
figure
of
out
them
how we're
are-
gonna
are
protect
coming,
this
So
well,
buffer.
that's the question, because if I don't know how many employees you're gonna have in this building.
I'm waiting for an answer on that too.
Okay.
First of all, a lot of the employees though don't work in the building. They come.
Well, they park their cars and
Park their
leave,
cars there.
right? With the vehicles but whatever park places you got alongside the building here, those look like car park places. Uh, and this parking lot is gravel parking lot,
It's Millings.
millings, okay? So it's not gonna be lined. So,
Can be.
well, it disappeared pretty quick lined. But it's Problem is bringing in 39-foot vehicles without, so they can park on all different angles if the parking lots are not lined or anything like that. I drive a 45-foot vehicle every day, so it's almost every day. So I know what that's gonna happen with the longer vehicles. So that's a parking design concern with uh, the islands and the trees in the parking lot and how they're gonna be designed. It's designed.
I'm thinking we're going to be redesigning the layout and, there's no magic requirement for 50 truck and trailer parking spaces. That's just what fit in. So if we have to put larger spaces in, we'll maybe wind up with less spaces, but, that's what it'll have.
Well, that's what's gotta be addressed. That's what's gotta be addressed. And with the number of employees are coming in and number of employees working in the building, there gotta be enough car parking too, that's not in the way of truck and trailer coming in. Cars coming around, I mean, the trailers coming around cars and stuff like that. So just that parking lot's gotta be redesigned a little bit more.
We did, just so you know, there is a proposed sidewalk along the side of the building. If any of the people need to walk into the building, and that's in your zoning regulation.
That's in the regulations, yeah.
Minimum from the building.
Yep.
and Part of that's for grass and part of that's for a sidewalk, so.
All right, Brian?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this quick and, hate to redesign your whole thing for you, but, I'm looking at your area of possible future development. Is there any reason that you guys can't, take some of these parking spaces and go a bit into that area and maybe push the parking lot back away from the highway a little bit and away from the residential properties to the south so that you can do some enhanced landscaping on the turnpike side and just give a bit more of that green space in between, the residential to the south? You do have that area marked there, possible future development.
It goes up.
It's a steep knoll, it rises up 20, 25 feet, it's rock.
Yeah,
It's not easily developed. So if, to accomplish your goal, we would probably have to just shrink the the proposed parking lot down. It's really not feasible to slide the parking lot back.
So much for your future development. Okay.
I'm skeptical of how realistic that future development is, but the applicant wants to do something in the future, thinks he can, so he had me put that note on the plan, and I didn't see any harm in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone has a wish list, right? Well, okay, Diane, I'm sorry.
Just a few comments, and I would say that I agree with Commissioner Zigmont with respect to the proposed exit directly to the turnpike. My preference would be to see the exit go to New Park Drive. I think that's controlled by a traffic light and probably would end up being safer. So I do agree with that. I don't object necessarily to the entrance to the property from the turnpike, but the exit, I agree. What I'm seeing also on the design of the parking area, the way that it's marked on the plan, there's a 30-foot side yard that's identified in the plan. And on the westernmost row of cars, or westernmost row of parking spaces, there's at least one parking space that encroaches into that 30-foot side yard. And then on the easternmost, or almost easternmost side, there is at least one, maybe you could count a second parking space also encroaching into that 30-foot side yard. And considering that all of these spaces are in excess of what's required for the building, I would like to see those parking spaces, at least those parking spaces go away in consideration for the neighboring properties, so you're a little bit farther from the property line, and I, uh, again, the 35-foot spaces are marked, but you're indicating 39-foot trucks and trailers. If you had two of those parked end to end, you're 8 feet over. And so, to me, that the math doesn't really add up. And I'm not really in love with the idea of millings, that the marked spaces are just gonna go away eventually.
Well, they might have to be, well, okay, I will pass that on to the applicant. I have a sense that if we eliminate the one way in, one way out, if we eliminate the millings to make it regular pavement, if we do some of these things that you're suggesting, this project will not go forward. But I will take your comments back to the applicant and we'll see what we can.
Okay, great. I think we have, we're all set with that. So I think we have some homework that we all have to do. And
I appreciate your input,
no problem.
time tonight, and
And we'll see you in 2 weeks,
We
right?
have a gentleman here, I think, that may wish to speak, or
It's
he
not
can't, it's not public.
It's not a public hearing.
Right,
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
You can write us letters that,
However, people can submit comments if they have them, and you did get a couple of comments in your packages.
Yeah, I know that the land trust chimed in.
Yeah, they're the ones that called the encroachment into the wetlands buffer, to our attention, and
Yeah.
Jim saw it as well, because he went out after I went out, which the pile wasn't as big yet. I went out there, and yeah, then that prompted that.
Okay.
I would have no objection to letting someone speak if they have something to say. I know it's not a public hearing, but perhaps that would be a good neighborly thing to do.
That's a call up to the chair.
It's up to me. How about if I look and ask the commission? Because I like to share the responsibility. Yeah, no, you're okay? Since the applicant is offering, the applicant's offering, but it's not a public hearing. So,
It's a consideration to make when you alter the norm because of, precedent, precedent doesn't really matter, but it does because you have the perception at a subsequent meeting from somebody else, oh, at the last meeting you had somebody talk, so
yeah,
it does create that, conflict. At the same time, it is something that the
Maureen,
commission can decide on.
did someone send a letter to your office?
yeah.
What we announced, someone.
Well, we'll do it that way. We'll just stay the course as we have in the past.
Okay.
As to, sidestep any potential future problems. All right, but I think everyone wants to hear from any of the neighbors. And thank you for taking the time to give your presentation, bringing the pictures. I'm going to make it a point before our next meeting to go over and actually look at the site. I won't trespass, but I want to see what it looks like from the road.
Don't you have the right, if there's a zoning application?
I do,
Come onto the property?
I do.
Okay. so
All right,
not
but-
Trespassing.
Well, I wouldn't be trespassing, that's correct, but I'm not sure that I'll,
Would a site walk be helpful? Don't you feel that's necessary?
I don't think it would be necessary. I think we all know the area, and I think that we're not too far from where it is. And we'd be able to make those side trips on our own, to do our own assessment or whatever. Yes, June, closing comment? Well, okay. No, you're not too late.
Just a quick question. You had said there's spools stored out there. Is there other equipment they're picking up that are delivered there as well?
I have not noticed any. I haven't seen any. Have you, Maureen?
I was not paying attention to what exactly was there, noticed they were spools and big trucks and trailers. I didn't notice whether it's spools and other things.
I will, as
But
part of our resolution of the storage issue, I'll ask if they store anything else besides the spools.
Ooh, there's
There are
a
different size spools. I haven't seen anything else out there.
And just one thing, may I say,
Yes.
please don't take all our comments too negatively and just, walk away from this application. Please try and talk to your applicant and see, take our comments into consideration. Hopefully come back to us, in a couple of weeks with a better plan that, is better for the neighbors and we think is, better suitable for this property.
I think, I'd like to view this as not necessarily an adversarial process, but
Mhm.
as a team.
Absolutely.
But,
Absolutely. That's a good way.
There are some people that just have issues with the concept of zoning, period.
Well, yeah, exactly. But
I hope my client is not one of them.
we shall overcome.
Thank you.
Maureen, you wanted to say something very quick?
Yeah, I did. So, the applicant has been working with staff, and that's why you get these iterations of the plans without having the staff comments, because they keep coming forward with some changes. And I did get, the comment from Mike. He wanted to make sure that, he's partially through the comments on the plans that came in yesterday, our town engineer. And that, he will have comments for the commission, well in advance of the next meeting, hopefully by early
Okay.
next week as well. And I'll incorporate those into the staff report that we kind of derailed on our way when we got the new plan too. So
Mhm.
those will all be coming.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so we'll see you September 4th.
Thank you.
We need a
Thank you.
motion, right?
Oh,
I
do we have a motion to continue?
So I will make a motion to continue this
You missed-
item to September 4th.
Okay, we have the motion. Do we have a second?
I will
A
second.
second, Mr. Rogan. Further discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, so moved. And the public hearings are not going to happen again because the Fontanella text amendment proposal, they've asked for the postponement. So we're now going to push that off to September 4th. We have a motion?
I'll make a motion to postpone that item. Oh, sorry. I'll make a motion to postpone the text amendment item to the September 4th meeting.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Rogan. Further discussion. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? So moved. And now on to deliberations. We have none because that would only pertain to the Fontanella property. All right, so now, and we don't need anything for postponing that. All right, so planners' comments. We're getting through this agenda really quick.
We're not going to need the lights turned.
We're not going to need the lights turned on. This is very rare because we're usually here till 10:30, sometimes midnight, 1 a.m.
8 o'clock.
So well, that's okay. That's okay. Never ask me what I'm going to do. All right. So commissioner comments, planners comments. Do you have anything before I let the commission loose on you?
Sorry, yes, I do.
All right, go ahead. Don't be sorry.
I am looking, I have an inquiring council with making sure we follow the correct process, but you do have a request for a modification to the Cormier Woods subdivision, or rather its site plan to eliminate the island at the entrance of Brittany's Path off of Ice Pond Road. They're about to do their paving and they'd like to be coming in for the next meeting if they have all their ducks in a row for that meeting and it doesn't need a public hearing notice, then I intend to put that on the next agenda as well.
So they want to eliminate the island at the opening of the,
Right, so if you're on Ice Pond Road, when
Uh-huh.
you take a left onto Brittany's Path, Brittany's Path has an island in the middle of the road.
yeah,
It's gonna be,
Is it like a-
possibly have a monument on it or something that said subdivision name or something, and they want to eliminate it and just have a regular.
How is that?
Exactly.
Is it almost completely done or completely built out?
The island is there now.
Oh.
Before they pave, they'd like to take the island out and not have that maintenance problem with grass growing in an island.
Can we vote on that now?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, well,
Yeah.
make sure you follow the right process. That, that's okay with you.
Well, I guess I'll hear it, but I just,
If we have to.
And give the background.
yeah. And I'll see so I'll take a ride past that one too.
That. Also
Yep.
have a request from the American Legion. They are asking for a shed to the left of their building at the corner of Porter's Pass and Mysterio Drive. That shed, they're proposing a prefab shipping container that'll be painted out and have a roof on it to become more of a shed, so it'd be more a prefab shed that then they turn into the shed shape.
Don't they have a shed
But
there
it'll
now?
be a- No. They have,
walked there
the
the
other
other
day.
down.
They did not.
Oh, so they're,
This
oh,
is
so
the-
they're replacing it.
This is something that the Berlin's Lions.
Yeah, and they're asking
Oh,
the Lions to donate, so so zoning has determined years ago that, we can't really material-wise differentiate between a shipping container and a metal shed if it's then shaped like a shed with a pitched roof and painted out, and it's not a shipping container anymore, then it becomes a accessory building,
So is that
an accessory building. However, it is commercial property. My question to you is, if they located in compliance with zoning, can it be handled by a certificate of zoning compliance for staff review, or would you like it to rise to the level of a site plan
It-
amendment?
if it's basically, they're taking an eyesore and fixing it by replacing it, it's in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
there's a shed there now.
There's a wooden.
There's, and if it's run down and icky,
Hey, I can't remember.
They have their smoke there.
You're right.
yeah.
Has been.
So let them,
there.
yeah, so you know what, do it administratively, we don't need to look at that. What do you think?
That's right.
It's just replacing it. It's an old rundown piece
I
of
just-
what
poop.
they have to do.
I just question
They-
the shipping container for other structures.
Sorry?
So I'm just questioning, so if the determination is that a shipping container could be used as a shed, if it had a roof put on it, does that then mean that shipping containers are acceptable for other types of structures? Because that's the new thing these days, is to be,
There's a lot of evidence showing we can't tell we can't treat them differently. If they are, like again, I'm thinking the metal shed in my backyard with the regular doors,
Mm.
it's,
I mean, there's some very attractive
and it-
shipping container
yeah. so
buildings, but there really are. There's some really cool ones.
option that we have very much leeway with. I mean, and we could certainly look into court cases as to whether or not there is leeway, but I don't think from the zoning standpoint,
Makes a
can make a
difference.
determination as to what the construction is,
Hmm.
only what its end result is as being
Can we?
shed-like as opposed to, well, that's where they're usually, flat-sided, painted out, something. They're painted
Sure looks like
to
a
look like a building as
building.
opposed to a mobile container, and that's what.
They could vinyl side that in like a second.
Yeah, I don't know if the Legion is prepared to do that. I know that the budget is extremely tight, so again, those were the kinds of things that may make the difference between you wanting to see it and the administrative approval of it. Or not, or direction.
I'm good with administrative approval.
I would do an administrative approval. Yeah. I mean, let's. Do we do?
I would, if you're gonna approve, I just wanna make sure that back building line for the, what they called it there, the
Those are expensive.
steel place used to be there, but, the property behind it with the six
Mhm.
family.
Yeah, the ones on Porter's Pass, that you get to off of Porter's Pass.
building.
Right, and that's why I said compliant with the zoning requirements. Hmm. Yeah, or they'd have to go for a variance to change that, and that would be ZBA. Yeah, but no, we talked to them already about being compliant with the zoning setbacks.
Is that it?
No, then I want to hand out to you and to not be discussed, now, I don't think, but it's the, photometric plan that they provided for 309 Main Street, East Berlin, Kokomo. You asked for a photometric plan. We're still waiting for the pictures of the lights, but the lights are installed. Which was one of the replies I got was you saw the pictures and they do have the, they are there, are the lights. So, but I am waiting. I believe he's out of town. That's what I was told, extended out of town. So I wanted to give you that. Wanted to give you a quick, we do expect at the next meeting, our next couple of meetings, some bond reductions as well as street acceptances are gonna be coming your way. Those, we're gonna try to get some of those things done before the, end of the month, or throughout September, before the end of the paving season and lights having to turn on in the evening and all that for street lights and whatnot. So, those are things coming up. And then just some real quick project updates. The Diadio mixed use project, their first building received, the first residential building, I should say, the gas station and retail has been operating for some time. But its first residential building has been CO'd with its official initial affordable units all recorded. So those are now on the town's books. He's working on building number 1 and building number 4. Those are progressing rapidly, and I expect we're going to get some CO requests for those soon. And OSTA, which is DOT, okayed the permits for the rest of the residential. So you'll see the remainder of the 5 buildings going up pretty soon. We're in the middle of reviewing those permits for the last 2. Now, the Orsini project on mixed use project that's behind and part of Acura and those 2 retail buildings. He's looking for COs for the entire project all at once. We think we're expecting probably tomorrow to make sure he's ready for COs. He's installed all of his improvements to the best of my knowledge, so we'll just be getting a bond for landscape maintenance is likely all he'll need to do, but he's done his final paving. They put in their landscaping. They did do those modifications to the landscape plan that you requested when he came in for his modifications, or at least on the plan he did. We'll inspect it this week. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have time to get out there, and check that was done. And the 1906 stipulation from last week, that's set for court next Friday. And that's been posted for a court.
Now. Ayala. And sign out that ethics, but you, they have to work with them. I go up. And then. Yeah. Hold on. Now, anyone else with commissioner comments?
Ripple Court is the road that's opposite the entrance to Route 9 on Christian Lane.
That's house. Yeah.
Residential use, you mean? Okay.
Temporary storage for the water main project.
Yeah.
Temporary storage for a water main project.
I was gonna say, I know we looked into it months ago that there was something there. Thank you for that reminder.
There's a whole.
I believe it's the GI zone though.
Whole piece of.
We'll look into what's going on and see.
So, how about motion? I will make that motion. Darcy, have a motion, do I have a bold second? Further discussion, all those in favor?
Aye. We didn't, see, that's what the trick is, don't turn the light.